Naruto was hiding and was hungry, so when he saw a fruit he didn't bother and just ate it. A barrier was cast around him to prevent anyone from knowing what happened, and he was suddenly flooded with information on how to use powers he somehow got. He found a way to suppress his now overwhelming chakra to its normal level again. He then saw a puddle and went over to it, and saw he was now completely different more or less. His electric blue eyes like his father were now gone. His blonde hair was now gone, replaced by a nice silver or white color, and now went to his waistline. His eyes were purple with 4 gray lines in them around, and on each line there was 3 tomo, giving him 9 tomo in total, and in the middle was a black dot with a lighter shade of purple. Sasuke's Rinnegan. His clothes had changed also. Madara's when he became Jubi Jinchuriki. He also had 6 tomo around his neckline right under where they are on his clothes in front and red, but black on his body just a bit more up. Like how there's tomo on Hagoromo's body. There were also 6 black balls floating behind him. Naruto finished looking at his appearance, used Kamui to hide the scroll, and then removed the barrier after using the moon to put a Jinjutsu over his looks for now. He looked like his annoying self again. He also had the 6 Truth Seeker orbs there turned into 2 bracelets, 2 ankle bracelets, and 2 arm guards that were flat to hide them. Rest goes like canon. For now, let's go to Naruto in the Hokage's office. Listen Naruto-kun, you are not the 9 tails god. I don't believe what anyone else says, you are your person, not it, the Hokage said to Naruto. His sweats dropped and said why would I think I was the 9 tails? Cause I for sure are a giant fox. Neither do I have 9 tails. I'm pretty sure my chakra isn't that strong. I don't think I'll ever have that much ki. As it does, Naruto then tilted his head to the side a little, making the female Anbu in their heads scream cute. Hiruzen banged his head on the desk like he was an idiot. Anyway Naruto-kun, you're free to go, just remember in 2 weeks head to your academy classroom for your team placements, Hiruzen said to Naruto, who nodded and waved and walked out. When he got to an ally he used Kamui where he had a clone copy the Scroll of Seals for fun, and started practicing more jutsu, claiming he used shadow clones, if anyone asked him where he got them. He had gotten about 5 jutsu down 1 element each. All of them mid-S rank at least. I mean he has more chakra than everyone in the world combined, even a tailed beast times 1 trillion. Yeah, I know but who cares, it's a primordial god, the strongest at that, and 99% of its power, and now 100% due to Naruto's current power Aka chakra amount, giving him all 100% of the Shinju. He left a shadow clone there to act as him. He then went to his Kamui dimension, which was different from most. It had a giant tree that was making zetsus for him. It was a nice plain field with a house with a library, a study, a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, and more rooms. He then sat in a giant clearing, and suddenly behind him were 10 fox tails and 2 fox ears on his head, silver in color with red at the end of the tails and top of the ears. He practiced moving them as single things and then at the same time. He then practiced with his ears and working with noise. He then grabbed a few zetsu to practice on. He grew bones behind him which then grew from his palm, and he fired 2 at 2 zetsu, and they started to turn into ash. He then pointed 10 fingers at 10 zetsu, which were hit with smaller versions of the all-killing ash bone, and turned to dust, not as fast but still happened. All the bones disappeared, then Naruto kept practicing his new powers. Then we got to the end of it. The transformation part. His body suddenly turned into a white or silver fox with red-tipped tails that were the same color as his fur, and his ears which were the same except red-tipped. He opened his mouth as blue and red energy appeared, and gathered into a purplish red ball which he fired into the distance, which exploded making a giant explosion. He then started practicing using his fox form, and kept practicing new stuff for 2 weeks, satisfied with what he learned. His Jujutsu was a style made for him especially. It relied on speed and power that instantly could kill some with a single tap. His speed, well, let's just say all his stats are above everyone in the world combined times 1 trillion at least. When the 2 weeks were up, Naruto silently went back to his apartment and dismissed his clone. He decided to use his new looks. Sorta. He changed his hair to look like his father's. Believe it or not, Naruto was not an idiot. He had an IQ most likely on par with Shikamaru or just a bit lower higher. So it was pretty easy to find out. He then changed his clothes too. He now wears what his father wore, but instead of blue, black. He doesn't have a flask jacket on. He also doesn't have a cloak or cape to wear, sadly. But he has no title he likes yet known. So he used the Jinjutsu to make him look like that and then went to sleep. Naruto woke up and ate breakfast, and then headed out using his black portal thing and reappeared in class, walked through the door and sat down ignoring everyone. Though Kiba called out, "What are you doing here? This is only for graduates, not failures like you." Kiba sneered at Naruto, who had flashbacks of the villagers beating him, and grabbed Kiba by his jacket, and released a very potent Kai, and a small amount of his chakra weighing everyone down, like they were training with Guy and Lee for the first time, when they tied giant boulders to their backs. Now listen here, Mud, I was in a good mood, but you brought up memories of my past that would kill most people. Now shut up or else I'll make it so you can't have offspring, Naruto said, releasing more Kai and chakra, pushing people down more, and then had a sickly sweet smile like a certain Mizukage. I think it spelled like that, making Kiba piss his pants more than he already did. Naruto dropped Kiba on his butt to the floor while scratching Akamaru's, who loved it very much. Naruto had protected Akamaru from his chakra and Ki, which was now gone, due to having a soft spot for animals. Naruto set Akamaru down, leaving a little treat for him, who barked happily and started eating his treat. 10 minutes later, Ruka walked into class smelling urine and saw everyone quiet, and wondered what happened but didn't care. Alright, one of you fuckers peed in my classroom. I don't care why you did, or if you peed your pants, but doing it in my classroom, well, better not let me catch you, got it, or else, Ruka said with a very threatening tone. Meanwhile, Kiba added a little pee to his pants. Ruka then smiled a cheerful smile. Anyway, I'm gonna give you your teams, so whoever pissed their pants can leave and change, and I don't have to deal with you again, hopefully. Anyway, teams 1 to 6 were already going. Team 7 Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and your sensei is Kakashi Haddock. Team 8 all canon teams. Anyway, I'm out, peace bitches, Iruka said as he left the academy in the sunshine, leaving a couple leaves there. Kiba immediately ran to the bathroom to change clothes from what he was currently wearing, along with many other students, aka everyone. 4 hours later, Team 7 sensei walked in, they think at least. Team 7 and saw the fangirl and emo nod. Good, well, meet on the roof in 5 mins, he said, and vanished in a cloud of smoke. Are you kidding me? He's 4 hours late and he only now get here, and says to be at the roof in 5 mins. HN. They looked to wait to hear Naruto complain, but looked to see and didn't see Naruto at all, he was gone. No sign he was there, and they sighed and started heading up, assuming he was already going there. They got up and started heading there. When the Turikis got there, they saw Naruto sitting in a tree away from them. He had a look that he was thinking of something important. What was he thinking of? Well, he was thinking of a way to get a decent summoning contract of something he likes, but then figured he could do the summoning jutsu, and get summoned to the place he has the best aptitude with to be their summoner. Anyway, now that we're all here, let's start with introductions, John said, closing his book, putting it in his pouch. How do we do that, sensei? Sakura asked, making them all sweat drop. You know your name, likes, dislikes, hobbies, and dreams, John said. Why don't you go first? You look shady, Sakura said, making them sweat drop. Why would the Hokage put the last Uchiha and Uzumaki and the host of the 9 Tails, without a loyal and capable John, though they didn't need to know the host part? Fine. My name's Kakashi Haddock. My likes and dislikes you don't need to know. My hobby, you're too young. My dreams have already been done, impossible, or you are too young also. A light Pinky, go. My name's Sakura Haruno, not Pinky. My likes are Sasuke-kun, my dislikes are Ino Pig and Naruto Baka. My hobby is Sasuke-kun. My dream is to marry Sasuke-kun and have his many children, Sakura said, blushing and squealing, through all of it, making the other grow and Sasuke scared. Alright, emo, go, Kakashi said. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I have few likes and many dislikes. My hobby is training. My dream, no ambition, is to kill a certain someone, Sasuke said, getting different reactions from everyone. Kakashi was thinking about how much work he had to do. Sakura had hearts in her eyes. Naruto was sneering and wanting to kill the Uchiha brat for plotting to kill his Itachi Nai. Yes, Itachi Nai. Itachi was the older brother figure to Naruto, having been his guard before. He even taught Naruto his special crow jutsu. Alright, Blondie, go, Kakashi said, expecting something loud along with others. My name's Naruto and Uzumaki. My likes and dislikes are a secret, but I will tell you 2 of my dislikes, Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. My hobby is not important. My dream is to find something to do in life, Naruto said, making Kakashi wonder what the kid had gone through, and the other 2 sneer at him for it. Alright, you are all interesting in your ways, now meet at training ground 7 for the true genin exams. No questions, Sakura, just bring all your gear and come at 5 AM and don't eat breakfast, Kakashi said as he gave the 3 slips with the information for it and vanished. Naruto got up from his spot in the tree and jumped off the academy into his black portal to his room, which closed before anyone knew what happened. Both other genin looked and saw no Naruto, no blood, no dead body, no nothing at all to indicate he was there. So Sasuke just walked off, and Sakura followed him like a puppy, leading to Sasuke running from an army of fangirls. When Naruto appeared, he came out of the rift in space and appeared at his apartment and relaxed for a little, ate lunch, and then looked through the scrolls his parents had, and found the summoning jutsu, memorized the hand signs, went through them, and disappeared into a thing of smoke, having reverse summoned himself to wherever. When Naruto opened his eyes, he noticed he was above the clouds on a floating island, one of many. He looked around and saw dragons of all kinds, and a dragon flew up to him. You human, how did you get here? The dragon sneered, showing its hate for humans, and suddenly Naruto powered up, his voice changing more demonic. Don't lump me in with those weaklings. I can count the number of humans I would spare on my hands if I killed everyone in the world that was human, Naruto sneered at the dragon, who grinned. Haha, I like you, the dragon said, grinning at Naruto, who grinned back. Alright, so who are you? No, let me reframe that. Who and what are you? The dragon said, and Naruto said in his normal voice again. It's improper to ask someone something without introducing yourself first, making the dragon blush in embarrassment. My name is Ryu, I'm the son of the current dragon clan head, he said in a prideful voice. Cool, my name's Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As what I'm the Shinju, Naruto said, as if it was not a big deal. What? Ryu yelled, making other dragons come flying up to see what was going on. Prove it, Ryu said to Naruto, who grinned and did some backflips, somehow flying and making everyone think show off. His looks changed to his real looks, and then he was covered in a giant white orb, not bright but just a white orb, and a crack showing Naruto in his 10-tailed fox form. He roared, making the orbs vanish, and Naruto smirked at them as he turned to show his tails, making them pale. Yubi-sama, a random dragon said, but was cut off by Naruto. Naruto said, and the dragon corrected itself. Naruto-sama, what might you be doing here then? The dragon asked Naruto, who said, oh, you see, I was bored having nothing to do and wanted a summoning contract, since they said they liked the family. Did it reverse summoning myself and ended up here. The dragons nodded, and still wondered how he was flying in the form, and noticed he had a giant version of a flat truth seeker orb standing on it, making them sweat drop. But why did they care? They're lazy beings who love sleep and have nothing to do also. Alright, Naruto-sama, how about we go see Tsunade-sama? I'm sure she would like to meet you, another dragon said to Naruto. His body shrunk down to his hybrid form and landed on top of Ryu, and the truth-seeking balls turned into body-covering armor for him. For some reason, Naruto had an ice crown on his head but didn't care. After 10 minutes of flying and tricks along the way, they landed at an island and went in, and Naruto saw a majestically beautiful blue dragon with light blue eyes that held a story. Then beside the blue dragon was a bigger red dragon. It had 4 wings compared to everyone else. It was a red dragon. Had 4 legs. 3 claws on each. Razor sharp teeth. Golden eyes, and looked like a more active kind of dragon that would love doing tricks. Ryu, who is that human on your head? The blue dragon said with hate, making the others scared, thinking he would react badly but had a smile. Ka-chan, this here is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. He is the Shinju as well as a 10-tailed fox. He was bored and did the summoning jutsu and ended up here, Ryu explained to his parents, who went wide-eyed, and the red one said, I see, don't mind me asking this, but could you please prove what he says? Naruto-san, and Naruto nodded as the dragons backed up, and Naruto landed on the floor and started changing into his 10-tailed fox form, SD roared, sending the white dome to crack and turn into nothingness, showing Naruto in his true form. Just imagine 10 tails. But also add the Jubi's eye to his forehead. That's enough proof, Naruto said as he lay down on the floor like a certain lazy vixen in his seal. Most dragons bowed to the primordial god fox. Naruto suddenly said, also I hate honorifics, they are annoying beside a few of them and when necessary. Also quit bowing, it's annoying, and relax again, making the dragon smile. I see you just like the old Jubi, you know that. Anyway, Naruto-kun, my son said you came for a summoning contract. Naruto nodded at Tsunade as she used her tail to bring out a summoning scroll, and handed it to Naruto, who went back to his human form. Anyway, just sign the scroll in blood with your full name, and you will have the Dragon Clan as your allies anytime. My name is Tsunade, and this look over here is my husband Great Red, but everyone calls him Akai. Tsunade said to Naruto, who nodded as he finished signing the scroll. Anyway, you should go back now, time goes faster here than in the normal world. It should be around 7:58 AM right now, making Naruto go wide-eyed, as he quickly rolled up the scroll and vanished into his portal. I'm gonna like that kid, maybe he will be the one to break Office out of her funk, Akai said to Tsunade, who nodded, hoping her second child would return to how she was before. We can only hope now. How about we start giving them a baby brother or sister? Great Red grinned before all the dragons ran away, not wanting to be near them as the caves closed, and they got down and dirty dragon style. Naruto appeared at training ground 7 from behind a tree and walked over, and Kakashi appeared. Naruto used a wind shunshin to appear running. Everyone hid his own and Kakashi's hair. Now that we're all here, let's start the test. You all read the papers, so let's start now, Kakashi said as they all vanished in different ways. Sasuke ran into the forest and to a tree where he could see Kakashi. Sakura hid in a bush, which is stupid considering her hair color and clothes. Naruto just stared at Kakashi, who said, aren't you gonna hide? He asked Naruto, who said, what's the point? You are a Johin. An elite Johin in your case. You could pick a genin off easily if you wanted. Kakashi no Sharingan. Copied over 1000 jutsu with that implanted Sharingan. Student of Tuyonde Hokage Minato Namikaze. Created an air rank assassination jutsu. Had cut a lightning bolt with it easily with one Mido guy as proof of seeing it. Is an air app ninja borderline S rank, but after leaving Anbu got super lazy, and has not trained beside a couple of spars. Your eternal rival Mido guy. Need I go on? Kakashi shook his head as Naruto got into a stance, and dashed forward and punched Kakashi, as he blocked it, not expecting it to hurt, but he thought he felt his bone crack a little from that punch. Getting serious, Kakashi got in a stance and went into a taijutsu match with Naruto. Naruto would parry, block, dodge, and counter Kakashi's blows while attacking him, and Kakashi couldn't do anything to hit him. Meanwhile, Sakura and Sasuke watched wide-eyed with different reactions. Sakura just believed that the Johin was weak, having not heard Naruto talk earlier. Sasuke heard what Naruto said and saw Naruto besting Kakashi into jutsu easily as taking candy from a baby. If anything, he looked bored. That power should be his, not the dobe's. He's gonna make the dobe give him his power. Not that it would work, of course. My impressive for an academy student. Now onto jutsu, Kakashi said, and would regret this. Naruto held the ram seal and spewed white hit fire at Kakashi, who substituted with the almighty log, and Kakashi saw the log and lots of trees vanish easily and burn and even melt from the heat and intensity of the flames. Kakashi then dodged a bunch of earth spears to try to kill him. He barely dodged them with shadow clones, throwing him out of the way, taking the attack for him. Kakashi ran to the water and did a fast 40+ hand signs, and did the water dragon jutsu, making a large water dragon with yellow eyes shoot at Naruto. His eyes changed as he did the serpent hand sign, and a wood dome covered Naruto, shocking everyone. The dome has the first Hokage's jutsu, the wood release. His eyes also seemed different, but no one could tell. Suddenly a scarlet-colored Susanoo started covering Naruto, which blocked the fireball jutsu that Kakashi shot at Naruto. It grew and grew till it was the upper half of a body, and had a shield, and was like some armor covering it with Naruto standing on the bottom of it. Imagine Indra's Susanoo, but only the top half is built but scarlet color. Like my Susanoo, the ultimate offense and defense, Naruto said arrogantly. No one noticed Naruto's eyes change back to normal, since he's using the eye on his forehead for this, since he doesn't need it shown to use the powers of it. Kakashi shot an earth dragon at it, but the shield in its hands and shot back at Kakashi doubled the power and doubled the speed, and he barely dodged it to see it make an explosion somehow, even though it was only dirt. But suddenly Naruto fell to his knee, clutching his head, and said, "Okay, 5,000 shadow clones being dispelled at once is not a good idea." As his Susanoo was gone, Naruto stood back up slowly. Kakashi charged at Naruto, hoping to knock him out before he could use Susanoo again. Right as he was about to punch him, Naruto suddenly regained his bearings, and a black staff appeared in Naruto's hands. It took the form of S-Bat, and Naruto smacked Kakashi away like a stone skipping on water multiple times. Kakashi slowly got up to see 6 black orbs floating behind Naruto like a halo, and saw Naruto sit down in a meditation pose. The orbs took a form of a dome around Naruto in the air, as he floated up and protected him from all angels, as a thing of ice started growing above it, forming a eye, and it was wide open and stared at Kakashi, and kept following his movements. Meanwhile, in the dome, Naruto was generating something for fun. He decided to mess around and remove the Jinjutsu around his body, and showed his form from the forest, except the fact that he now had a headband around his forehead to hide his third eye, along with bandages covering it. The orb started to turn back into balls to show Naruto in his real looks. Everyone was very surprised. Like it, I got this mode from someone who called himself the Sage of Six Paths, so I called it Sage of Six Paths mode. Pretty cool, huh? Naruto said as he crushed the ice eye. An ice crown was made in his hand, and he put it on his head. He smirked at them. Kakashi was in minor shock before getting ready. He knew he deserved this beating for being helpful to Naruto as much as he could. Sasuke was very fucking jealous, and was gonna demand the dobe's power. Sakura was thinking along the lines her Sasuke was still the strongest. If the dobe of the academy was this strong, then her Sasuke was the strongest. There's no way her Sasuke would lose to Naruto. Well, come at me, I'm waiting, Naruto said as one of the orbs turned into kunai. Kakashi drew 2 kunai as he charged at Naruto. He saw his movements with his Rin Sharingan. Kakashi tried to slash Naruto, but a staff formed and blocked the attack without Naruto having to due to their programming, which was to protect their wielder. Naruto smirked as he slashed to Kakashi, cutting his non-Sharingan eye, and then jumped back clutching it. Imagine the same scar on Kakashi's other eye with his Sharingan. Naruto charged at Kakashi and attacked relentlessly, making many cuts on Kakashi in a second. As soon as Naruto made it turn back to an orb, and then he turned around, and Kakashi sprayed blood. I haven't fought this hard since the war, Kakashi said, chuckling in pain. Naruto walked over to him and said, "Close your eyes." Kakashi did not want to be in more pain, and felt it all go away. His cuts had all healed, and his eye was healed, and both saw in normal color. Wait, both? What, my eyes, my Sharingan, what did you do? Kakashi asked as he noticed Naruto was now back looking like his father form. Well, you see, I can edit the DNA of someone, you could say. So I fix your body up. For your body, I used Uzumaki and Amika's DNA, since it's what I had on me since I'm me and didn't work using your own, but that's boring. For your eyes, I use Uchiha DNA from that I'm making you part Uchiha, so you can use it as your Manjaku Sharingan, or MS for short. I made it so you won't go blind from using it. Also, you now have Sharingan in both eyes. Due to your Uzumaki and Amika's blood, you have a lot more chakra, it's denser, and without your former single Sharingan constantly sucking chakra and not doing it any, your chakra has shot up to impressive levels. Like your chakra is now 3 tails worth. Aka the 3-tailed Biju, Naruto answered Kakashi, who went wide-eyed. He was now related to his sensei and his former best friend Obito, and his sensei's wife, who was like his mother, and his sensei, who was like his father, just made his day. Also you know my Oni-chan, he also the bells got destroyed sometimes during the fight, so it's a half pass, so you have till we finish our first C rank mission to decide to keep this team, Naruto also said, making Kakashi wide-eyed, as he tried to stand only to sprint into a tree. Also I should say the Namikaze clan was known for being speed demons metaphorically, so enjoyed that new speed, Naruto said with a smirk as Kakashi kept running into trees, but eventually made it back to Naruto, while laughing like a child who just got his first phone, and it was the new iPhone released too. Haha Tato, best gift ever, even if it's not a gift-giving day, Kakashi said, and the timer rang. Naruto just casually flew on one of the truth-seeking orbs, which turned into a flat rectangle which Naruto laid down, and explained to Kakashi his new powers. Now from your Sharingan, you now can use Kamui in both eyes. Your original side eye will use range Kamui to transport or remove stuff. The other eye will let you phase 3 objects like you were Ghost. You also have the Susanoo, but yours is blue and has a shuriken that can take things to your Kamui dimension, say a mountain if it's powered enough. Also, you can teleport somewhere with your Kamui since it's space-time jutsu. Now to be bored again, maybe I can summon Ryu and do some tricks. Yeah, that sounds fun, Naruto explained and trailed off at the end, leaving Kakashi salivating at what he could do now. Anyway, since Naruto broke the bells, I shall decide if you pass when we finish our first C rank mission to decide if I want to still keep this team. It's a good thing he did since you two suck at teamwork, which is required to pass. I mean, I said teamwork is the answer in the pamphlet, you just didn't pay attention, Kakashi said, and then the eyes smiled. At least Naruto got it, Kakashi said, and started leaving to report it in 3 hours. Kakashi shunshined out. Naruto was about to follow suit till he sensed something and smirked and vanished in a shunch into the forest, and pushed a tiny bit of chakra to the ground, and a black O's thing appeared from the ground. "You're not mother," it said. "Who is your mother?" Naruto asked it. It wondered maybe it could have this being of power help him. "My mother is Kaguya Otsutsuki, the mother of chakra." Naruto pondered his brain for a minute, then said, "Oh, her, I know her. Shinju told me all about her with its memories," Naruto said, shocking the black being. "Didn't her own sons Hagoromo and Himura seal her in the moon and is still sealed there?" Naruto asked, making the thing go wide-eyed. But it nodded. "Alright, Zetsu," it supplied. "Well, Zetsu, why do you wish to have your mother return?" Naruto asked. "So mother can bring peace again to this world," he said to Naruto, who nodded but said, "Okay, say she brings peace, right? But humans have a natural pull towards fighting and destruction. It won't work. Peace is impossible, especially with ninjas," Naruto said as Zetsu nodded. "But why do I care? I'm a primordial being who is the successor to the former Shinju, and the strongest primordial. Also, your mother didn't even get 1% of its power when she ate the fruit," Naruto said, shocking it. "I meanwhile got over 99%, and my power made it 100%, Naruto finished. "But I guess I can help you bring your mother back, but both you and she will serve me," Naruto said as Zetsu got scared and nodded. "Alright, come with me, we're gonna go see your mother, and possibly free her." With a grin, a portal opened as he stepped in, followed by a slightly grinning Zetsu. When they got to the place, they were on the moon and saw a palace, and the dude with no eyes walked out. "Who might you be?" he asked with a smile on his face that was fake. "Okay, I'm gonna cut to the chase. You tell me where Kaguya is, and I don't kill you. How about that?" Naruto asked, and the dude shook his head. "Sorry, that won't work." Naruto sighed and appeared behind him and knocked him out, took his soul and memories, and sighed. Even family was cruel sometimes. Alright, his name was Tenariel Sasuke, and he planned to destroy the earth with the moon in a decade. "How interesting. Anyway, I know where your mother is. Let's go. Also, you might want to stick to my body where we're going. It might destroy it," Naruto advised Zetsu, who went onto Naruto's body and was in his sleeve. Naruto then started walking. Zetsu was confused till Naruto said, "Her prison, so to say, is impossible to get to without actually me knowing the exact detail, not wanting to appear somewhere bad." Zetsu nodded as they walked, and Zetsu told Naruto what he's done, and Obito has done, and Naruto promised to smash Killing Bone for Obito later, when he meets him on the battlefield. After a fucking whole 4 hours they got there and went in. "What do you want, Tenari, here to mock me again?" Kaguya asked with her eyes closed, lying down on a bed. "Oh, sorry, I killed that prick," Naruto said, making Kaguya look up to see Naruto in his real-looking form, and sensed his power and went wide-eyed. "How did you get that power?" she asked carefully. "Oh, you see, the Shinju was a primordial god, the original and last and strongest one. You got less than 1% when you got your fruit. It had put above 99% in another fruit, and I ate it about a couple of weeks ago, and my power gave it 100%, so yeah, I'm now the Shinju primordial god. I'm your son, as he calls you mother." Zetsu here led me on how to get you free. "Say hi, Zetsu," Naruto said. "Yes, Naruto-sama." "Hi, Ka-chan," Zetsu said from Naruto's sleeve. Kaguya went wide-eyed. So what do you plan to do to me now?" Kaguya asked Naruto, who smiled and opened the door by destroying it easily, not shocking her, since he said he was a primordial god. "No, you, my dear Kaguya, are now my maid," Naruto said to her, and she went wide-eyed. "What?" she asked. "I said you my maid. I can just leave you here with Zetsu this time, so no one can help you and all your attacks won't work on me," Naruto said. "What happens to me if I agree to this deal?" she asked with a tiny blush. Naruto, seeing it, smirked, making it increase a little. Well, you have to dress in a sexy maid outfit. You have to do whatever I say. You get a free living place away from humans. You get plenty of free time, just have to clean the house and keep it clean. Food whenever you want. No others unless you wish it. You become mine, Naruto said with a lustful smirk at the end, making her blush more. By mine do you mean? She asked and Naruto smirked having heard her. Yes, I mean you become my lover, but I can wait a little for it if you want to wait, Naruto said as she went wide-eyed. He would wait till she would accept him, and suddenly she grabbed him and brought him into a kiss which Naruto returned, and they started a full-on passionate and loving kiss, and kept going till they broke apart for air. Best fire kiss ever, Kaguya said making Naruto wide-eye. What, that doesn't make sense, you have two children, so you never kissed a guy or female before, Naruto asked her, and she blushed. You see, I used the creation of all things to make those two. Same with Zetsu here, but only one I considered my true child. Yuzetsu, and Zetsu was happy. He now had his mother back and a father, he guesses, since Naruto had given him a tiny bit of energy. Naruto then handed her a maid outfit which she put on stripping, showing him her fully developed body and didn't even blush, but he kept smirking at her making motions with his hands showing pervy stuff making her blush. She finished putting on the outfit and twirled. It was a normal French maid outfit, however it had long sleeves like her old outfit, and her hair was in 2 braids with blue ribbons. Imagine Grafia from a high school DxD outfit, but with long sleeves like Kaguya's old outfit, and add to 6 tomo on each side on the upper area by each arm in the middle. Her hair also covers her eye on her forehead. He might be hard to control myself, Naruto said making her blush. Naruto walked over to her and marked her with a Flying Thunder God formula he had finished during the 2 weeks of training. He then marked Zetsu with something. Alright, I've marked you both with my Flying Thunder God jutsu. Zetsu, you have to go back. I gave you the power to use my rift in space to appear in the castle, Naruto said to Zetsu, who thanked him and left. So what now, Naruto-sama, she asked with a smile on her face. Well, if I didn't have a council meeting to attend later from me showing a bunch of stuff, I would stay here, bend you over and fuck you and fill you till you pass out, but sadly not all good things can happen, Naruto said in a serious sad voice, making her blush atomic LVLS, and feigned like a certain annoying stalking Hyuga. He really should ask Hiashi to have her stop that. Hopefully he would be there. Naruto crouched down, picked her up bridal style and carried her to a bedroom. His new bedroom is for when he stays here. He laid her down on the bed and kissed her forehead making her smile, and then wrote a note telling her he had to go, and he would be back when he had some free time. He then vanished in a rift. He appeared in the forest where he left and headed back to the Hokage Tower, just knowing it would be a lot easier. He went there and the secretary smiled and let him in, having been a ninja before. Here for something? Yeah, I kinda revealed some stuff during the True Genin exam, and I'm just waiting knowing the council will throw a hissy fit and summon me, so I'm just waiting for it, she nodded knowing how annoying the council can be. Alright, go on, and no one beside him, paperwork and Anbu guards are left anyway, she said. Naruto smiled and nodded. He walked in, and said, GG, and the Hokage looked up. Ah, Naruto-kun here for something, he asked wondering what it was. MHM. Just waiting to give it 2 hours at most before an Anbu comes and says the council is being called, Naruto said, and the Hokage nodded and asked, I see, I was just waiting before having to send an Anbu to get you, it's just easier this way, so you think you can tell me how you got your powers? He wanted to know. Well, I'll reveal it to the council. Even the civilian council just to fuck with them, Naruto said as he gained an evil smirk that would make Orochimaru look so pure that even an angel would go blind from the pureness and die. Hiruzen smirked. He needed this. Noji-chan, I'm wondering why don't you act like a cage, he asked, confusing the Hokage, who asked him to elaborate on what he meant. You like women and the council is a man. If the council asked you to spread your legs and open them, you would strip and do it. If the council asked you to bend over for a threesome, you would do it. You are the council's bitch. Evolve and become a man, grow pair and act like a cage, Naruto said, making the Anbu females mad, but could see what he meant and was not mad at him, just didn't like how he said it. The males giggled perversely, causing the females to throw sharp kunai near their man parts. The males instantly shut up. The aged Hokage turned betrayed in multiple emotions. But he knew it was true. He had opened his legs, so to say. He promised himself to fix this immediately. And then 5 minutes of silence, Anbu arrived. Sir, the council is calling you and Uzumaki, Naruto, they said, and Hiruzen nodded and dismissed the Anbu, and headed out with Naruto to the council room. They walked and all got in their spots. Naruto saw Sasuke sitting in the Uchiha spot, but decided to sit in the Uzumaki chair, which also was the Namikaze chair, since the two clans had united. Them boy, why are you sitting there? That's only for a Uzumaki or Namikaze clan member, a random civilian said to Naruto, who looked at them like they were idiots, as did everyone else, including their fellow civilians, weren't that dumb. Wow, I just experienced one of the stupidest things today, man. I wanna go back home now and bend Kaguya Haim over and claim her as mine, all mine, Naruto said, and thought at the end with some blood leaking out his nose, making all the males in the room, who seemed to be the only ones on the ninja council, notice his nose bleed. Not a normal one, a pervy one.